We're at LAX. It's Tuesday. Never seen LA. You know, we get out and cover Jonas Never work. We're right here in our hometown. That's right. This is where we shoot the video podcast. Is right here. It's where we do our live shows. A mile and a half from here. LAX right there. Right behind me. Some of the runways. As we cross the street, we're gonna take a look at some of Jonas's work at the Bar Melody, or the Melody Bar and Grill as it also is known. First I want to start over here. The building that is connected to Melody Bar and Grill, right there, that's the Paradise building. Right now it's like a business park with a bunch of different business occupying space, but it used to be the Paradise Theater, and that was like established in 1950. Not only was it a multi, cinema kind of hosting place, but it had a bowling alley in it, cocktail lounge and the like, and it kind of sends you back to this time, a 1950s Westchester. You know, not only was there this movie theater, but there was the Loyola Theater, which was almost across the street. And it showed us that time when people were going and enjoying, getting dressed up to go to the movies and the like. They did the same thing to fly on airplanes in LAX. You get dressed up. I love that we can get a chance. Nice, right? I'll get back to that because you've probably seen that in the opening of our show. But I want to say something about the Paradise building. This is where we filmed our very first podcast, and that was in July of 2019. Now, it didn't come out from you and Seth there, but the very first guest of our show was Roger Goudy, the president and chief executive officer of the Amateur Athletic Union. We lost Roger Goudy over the weekend. R.I.P. Dr. G. Hey, he was not only a great leader, he lifted people. He lifted young people and also those that work for him. He was not only the president, chief executive officer of the AAU, but he was a superintendent of 2 different school districts. He did so much in his life. If you want to hear a little and see a little bit about it, look back at episode 1. Unbelievable life that Roger led. I miss my friend. We all miss our friend, Roger Goudy. So RIP Dr. G, and we wanted to come back to where he supported us to get us going, not just by giving us the interview, but by supporting us. And through the Amateur Athletic Union, we're able to do all of this great stuff. Once again, Dr. G has laid the seeds for great growth. Okay, all right, miss you, Roger. All right, as we look at Bar Melody over here, first got to start in the upper right there with the LA Rams. That would be the LA Rams that are in first place in the NFC West that are going to complete the COVID trifecta. That's right, Dodgers, Lakers, Rams, got to do it. Hey, they're holding on right now. They looked great yesterday. I think that's Todd Gurley and like Robert Quinn that Jonas has depicted on that LA Rams. He probably would did that about 2016 when they returned to the city. Now keep in mind, we're a mile and a half from the 7428 where we shoot. We're only 3.5 miles from SoFi Stadium where the Rams play now in Inglewood. So this is kind of a cool location, celebrating our Rams. I wonder who my favorite Ram is. I know, number 80 in the 1970s, that'd be Bob Klein. He's on our episodes right now. 4-parter with Bob Klein. Yep, USC national champ, St. Monica before that, and then the LA Rams before the Chargers. So yeah, that's where, on the sidewall, which you can't see right now, Stuart Scott and Craig Sager, 2 great broadcasters that are part of the V Foundation that we lost to this great struggle we have against cancer. And so they're depicted on the side. They really influenced Jonas when he was younger because he's such a sports fan. And then you move over to the side here, and you can see Melody Bar and Grill. Now, Melody Bar and Grill holds a few distinctions. One, it was started in 1952, and it was mostly like a steakhouse, bar, grill, that held that distinction all the way through like the 80s. And then in the 90s, it became more of like a sports bar. And at this time, it is reinvented, like crafted drinks, as well as your traditional drinks, has live entertainment most nights of the week when it's open, non-COVID era, of course. And it still serves as somewhat of a sports bar with multiple cameras in there. So, TVs. So if you get a chance, it's a really fun place to watch the planes come in and out, and then to have a cocktail and watch your favorite game. Over there, up on that, up on the board in that black and white, Jonas probably depicting what Westchester would have looked like in the 1950s. You know, you got to throw in Elvis whenever you talk about the 1950s. He's such an iconic, transcendent star. Actually, in 1952, he would have been only about 17 years old. It had been a couple years before his career really took off. But the kid out of Tupelo, Mississippi, who moved to Memphis, would have been probably at Humes High School about this time, but he's only a couple of years from breaking through and becoming this great icon that we know. So it's pretty cool. You also got depictions of different places that were part of Westchester at that time. So that's that. So it's a 1, 2. It's a trifecta of Jonas Never murals up on the Melody Bar and Grill. Many of us know as Bar Melody. If you come by here when it's open, right now, of course, they're doing takeout, but you want to sit down, ask for DY. He's my guy. He's a great guy. Now, last thing we'll show you as we move just a little bit over here is you'll notice that Bar Melody sign, which they've yet to rehab, and I hope they don't refurbish it because it's kind of cool, all broken down the way it looks right there. But you notice that's in all of our live shows. When I say, and we're in the shadow of LAX, there's a plane that flies right over the Bar Melody right there. Yep, this is where we started. So we're here to recognize the place where Dr. Goudy got us started, to recognize what a great man he was, what a great friend. We're also here, of course, to cover some of Jonas's better work. And we're able to marry the two together today. That's a pretty good day. Oh yeah, did I mention the Rams are in first place in the NFC West? Because that's good. Did I mention Bob Klein? Great Ram that he is part of our series. Right now, 4-part series. Part 3's out now. Part 4 comes out this Thursday. Kind of killing it on this one. Never Seen LA, every Tuesday on SSDL. Check out Jonas's work at Never 1959. Check us out on YouTube, SSDL.